Welcome to Tales Across the Globe, where ancient wisdom meets unforgettable storytelling. Today's tale comes from India and a legendary collection of fables called the Panchatantra, a book written over 2,000 years ago to teach young princes about wisdom, leadership, and life. It's a story of courage, cleverness, and how even the smallest creature can outsmart the fiercest beast. Let's begin. Long ago, in a forest where golden sunlight danced through the trees and birds sang at dawn, lived a mighty lion. He wasn't just strong, he was feared. His mane blazed like fire, and his roar could shake the tallest trees. At first, the animals respected him, but that respect turned into fear. You see, this lion didn't hunt only when he was hungry. He hunted for fun, for boredom, for the thrill of the chase. Deer, monkeys, boars, birds, even the smallest squirrel, none were safe. Each morning, the forest echoed with the same chilling thought. Who will vanish today? One moonlit night, the animals gathered in secret. They crept silently through the forest, careful not to snap a twig or rustle a leaf. In a small clearing surrounded by tall ferns and ancient trees, they formed a nervous circle. The moon glowed above, casting silver light on their anxious faces. Eyes darted, tails twitched. Every sound made someone flinch. Then, from the shadows, the oldest monkey stepped forward. His back was hunched, his fur silver with age, and his voice was quiet, but steady. "If we do nothing," he said, "the lion will destroy us all." A hush followed. The wind rustled the leaves above. "But he's too strong," whispered a deer. "What can we do?" "We make a deal," said the monkey. "One of us will go to him each day, alone. In return, he must leave the rest of us in peace." The animals stared at one another in silence. It was a terrible idea, but it was better than chaos, so they agreed. The next morning, a messenger was sent to the lion. He listened with amusement. "One animal a day?" he growled. "Fine, but if I go hungry even once, I'll eat 5 instead." And so, it began. Each morning, a different animal walked toward the lion's cave. The forest grew quiet. Birds stopped singing. The joy of life faded. Only sacrifice remained. Then came the rabbit's turn. He was small, soft brown fur, twitching nose, wide, curious eyes. Not strong like the boar, not fast like the deer. But he was clever, and he had a plan. Unlike the others, the rabbit didn't rush. He took his time. He paused to sniff blooming jasmine. He helped a beetle flipped upside down. He even napped beneath the shade of a fig tree. By the time he reached the lion, the sun was already sliding toward the horizon. The lion was furious. "You're late!" he roared. "You're small, and you're late. I should eat 5 instead." The rabbit bowed low. "Forgive me, great lion," he said calmly. "I tried to come earlier, but something stopped me." The lion narrowed his eyes. "What stopped you?" "Another lion," said the rabbit. "He claimed he was the true king of this forest. He tried to eat me and said he'd take all the animals for himself." The lion rose with a growl. "Another lion? In my forest?" The rabbit nodded. "He said he was stronger than you, but I escaped, and I can show you where he is." "Then show me," the lion snapped. The rabbit led him deep into the forest. They wound through tangled undergrowth, past sleeping trees and crumbling stones. The light grew dim, the air thick with moss and silence. Finally, they reached a clearing, and in the center stood an old well, ringed with moss and worn stone. The rabbit pointed. "He's down there." The lion stomped forward and leaned over the edge of the well. There, in the still, glassy water, was a lion staring back at him. A powerful, unblinking face, eyes fierce, teeth bared, muscles tense. The image was clear, sharp, almost alive. The lion growled. The reflection growled back. He snarled. The reflection snarled. His breath hissed between his teeth. The other lion did the same. Rage boiled inside him. His claws dug into the earth. "I'll destroy you," he shouted. And with one mighty leap, he hurled himself into the well. A huge splash echoed through the clearing. Then, silence. The rabbit stepped up and looked down. The water rippled. The reflection was gone. Only the sky remained, soft, blue, and peaceful. That night, the forest came alive. Birds sang again. Leaves rustled in the wind like laughter. The animals danced, shouted, and cheered. They gathered around the clever rabbit, not the strongest among them, but the smartest, and thanked him for saving them all. Even the smallest creature can outsmart the fiercest beast, with a calm mind and a clever plan. Thank you for watching Tales Across the Globe, where every story holds a lesson and every voice matters. If you enjoyed this tale, check out our illustrated book series, available in print and Kindle editions. And if you'd like to hear more stories from cultures around the world, subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment about your favorite moment. New stories come out every week, full of wisdom, wonder, and imagination. We'll see you in the next one.